Although it probably won't be here until 2050, we can think of a few things that we'd love to see in the next Elder Scrolls title.
We need to move now!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things we need to see in the Elder Scrolls 6. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be discussing various gameplay elements, graphical overhauls, and general upgrades that we'd love to see Bethesda make for the next Elder Scrolls title, and ranking them based on their importance to us. Come on, Bethesda, make us proud.
Put on the feedback.
Number 10, more polish.
Wait a minute, let me do that one again. I heard the thieves broke into the Arcane University, the Imperial Legion compound, and the temple all on the same night.
While it certainly wouldn't be a Bethesda title without some hilarious bugs, there's no denying that the fun is almost at an end. While goofy glitches like a floating mammoth or a moonwalking horse are one thing, game-breaking bugs like unbeatable quests, constant crashes, and significant frame rate drops are something else entirely. The Elder Scrolls series has given us some of the most well-realized and beautiful worlds in gaming history, but the constant sense of, it being kind of rough around the edges is a serious detriment for many of the game's critics. A little more polish should help the immersion go a long way. Number 9, a better story.
No, you don't want to go up there. A dragon, it's attacking!
If there's one thing that the Elder Scrolls series is particularly good at, it's side quests and world building. Many gamers enjoy exploring the worlds, and the game's focus on personal adventure is what makes them so endearing. While the main stories aren't necessarily bad, they're hardly the focal point. What we would love to see in the 6th installment is some significant effort put into the main quest, including a more complex story, memorable characters, and even some more convincing voice acting.
We gotta find someplace to hide.
While we're not expecting Game of Thrones, we want a little more than dragons are cool. Number 8, customizable weapons and apparel. The Elder Scrolls series places a large emphasis on personality and individuality, so it's bizarre to see no implementation of customizable weapons or apparel. While Skyrim includes 8 billion options for cheekbones, jawlines, and eye depth, aka things no one really cares about, there is nothing to really distinguish your character in terms of weapons and aesthetics.
Who are you?
Unfortunately, what you're given is basically what you're stuck with. Fortunately though, we did see some of these features creeping into Fallout 4, so here's hoping that Bethesda carries that over and expands upon it in Tamriel. Number 7, convincing facial animations.
Looks like we're the only ones who made it.
While the stories may have some dramatic moments, there's nothing that takes us out of the experience more than having to deal with the unemotional voice acting and vacant facial animations.
You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
Someone could be explaining to you how their family was brutally slaughtered, or how their hometown was just ravaged by a fire-breathing dragon, but their voice and face remains kinda stoic and bored, which really sucks the drama out of the scene. While we don't need Uncharted levels of facial animation in detail, a little expression couldn't hurt, come on.
Jesus, kid. Look, it's just not that simple.
Number 6, more than one continent.
Load up, and we'll get underway.
Yes, the worlds that we're given in Elder Scrolls titles are expansive and detailed, but imagine if there were just, kind of more? A lack of variety is something which has plagued the series from the beginning, as every game centers on one particular location. While it's fun to see all the individual components of Tamriel, we would adore seeing the continent, or maybe a completely new continent on Nirn, as a whole, full of exotic locations, wildlife, and animals. While some DLC has provided variety in the past, and the Elder Scrolls Online allows you to go from region to region, we'd love to see that in a core single-player game too.
I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind.
Number 5, more complex character possibilities. While we didn't really mind the character progression system in Skyrim, we'd be lying if we said that we didn't miss the variables and variety of the older titles. Skyrim simplified the skills of progression, and the class system was removed entirely, with a larger emphasis on a character's physical appearance at the outset. Older titles also had features like athletics and acrobatics, and magic was much more complex, which all added to the individual role-playing experience.
Place to stay.
While Skyrim's system was practical and quite functional, we would love to see a more complex system back in place for the next entry. Number 4, a silent protagonist.
As you wish.
While we could debate all day about Skyrim's progression system, we think we can all agree on one thing. Bethesda, please, for the sake of all that's pure, don't include a speaking protagonist. While it's kind of awkward to never hear your character speak, Fallout 4 showed that it's even more awkward when your character spouts some random nonsense that you didn't want them to say in the first place.
Well, there was this one really ugly guy in college. I mean, I had to get drunk and it was a dare.
That hardly qualifies, so I'll just put no.
While the speaking protagonist is an admirable effort, many critics agree that it really won't work for a role-playing experience where you have to make your own character from scratch. Sure, The Witcher and Mass Effect work, but you're always one character. How are you supposed to have convincing voice acting for Argonian females, orc males, and everyone in between?
Well, I don't know. Not yet.
Number 3, immersive world maps. The clutter. Oh god, the clutter! While previous Elder Scrolls titles have had some truly massive and breathtaking worlds, their directorial maps left a lot to be desired, and they left players more confused and furious than awestruck. What the 6th title needs to get rid of is the Icon Hunt world map, which is a problem that's plaguing pretty much the entire industry when it comes to sandbox games. Zelda Breath of the Wild had the right idea here, allowing you to mark the map at your own leisure, forcing you to focus more on exploration. Number 2, better combat. While the previous games have been universally acclaimed for numerous elements, including the world's lore and scope, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who's absolutely in love with the combat system. And that's because it's just never great. The weapons all feel and kind of animate the same, and combat consists of blocking and spamming the trigger until the enemy's basically dead. That is, unless you want to use a bow, in which case you spam your target with arrows until they're dead. It's hardly immersive or exciting, and we'd love to see a more complex system in place for the next installment. Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
Until next time.
Number 1, a completely new engine. Bethesda technically created a new engine for Skyrim titled the Creation Engine, which was in turn based off of the Gamebryo engine they used for the previous titles, including the old Elder Scrolls games and Fallout 3. Fallout 4 continued to use Creation in 2015, but unfortunately critics called it dated, and by the time the Skyrim Special Edition rolled out at the end of 2016, it felt really archaic. While we love the comfort and familiarity of the engine, the series and Bethesda in general is in dire need of a new one. We need to be wowed again, and a new engine is a surefire way to do that. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.